guys want a beer?
You want a wine?
I think it's good beer.
All right.
Late night?
Yeah.
Nobody look at me.
Salute.
Santé.
What's Sante?
To your health.
Oh.
Amen.
The best scene in Groundhog Day is when Bill Murray goes, yeah, I like to say a prayer and drink to world peace.
Man.
And she's like, oh, that's so nice. And she's like, cheers. And she drinks and he just goes.
I wish Bill Murray would be funny again.
Are you guys here
He was
for
funny
Bill
in
Murray
that
Day?
one. He was funny in that
I saw-
HBO thing a little bit.
Yeah, he was funny.
He was bringing back that attitude, which I liked.
You want to talk about Bill Murray movies? Or
It's a little apricot, I was going to say.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
it's from Quebec. It's a taste.
We're going to Quebec. They're showing the Cinematheque in Quebec a bunch of our movies on the end of September.
Are they showing any of the shorts or just like
Yeah,
features?
some
35.
Black
Digibeta.
Balloon, John's
John's
Gone. We're going to the zoo.
Nothing You Can Do.
Acquaintance of Lonely John, Nothing You Can Do, and then Daddy Longlegs.
When's that happening?
Acquaintance of the Lonely John
September
looks
20,
so
the
red.
day before New York Film Festival.
Okay.
September 25th.
So you guys won't be there.
No,
We
we'll
are
be
going to
there.
go,
Oh.
yeah.
That
The
one
day
day.
before it begins, I said, I'm got to be there. I'm going to be New York is a major achievement. I got to be there, bro, as Mike says. So,
You want to talk about Mike?
don't want to talk about Mike?
Yeah.
Buddy Duress?
The
Buddy
Al-
Duress.
Al
I'm actually,
Pacino.
Ari, here,
The
you
Al
want the
Pacino
phone?
of the time.
If he calls, just, it'll say,
He
please
was,
wait for...
there was one moment.
Buddy's in Rikers Island right now. He's,
When he was
Into some
going through the
time.
mail, we would try and give him anything to say, and to see if he could realistically say it. And when he's looking through the mail, we're like, just read everything, because normally it's bad acting to say what you're doing, But he would be like, it's a letter to somebody, PO box. What is this? This is a business reply. I was like, everything he said was natural. It was unbelievable.
he has a way of just owning his space. He's so Buddy. Like Buddy Duress forever, man. Buddy Duress. I went to go visit him, and he's locked up right now. That's why he's not in Toronto. I went to go visit him, and they cut his hair really cool. He's got the little Caesar haircut now, classic Greek Queens shit. And he came out in like his huge overalls, right? Coveralls. And I was like, "What's up? Where's your clothing?" He goes, "Man, I'm fucking naked under here." I go, "Why are you naked?" He goes, "'Cause I gotta wear my boxers in the shower, bro." And I was like, "Really? Why you gotta wear them in the shower?" He goes, "'Cause if you don't have them on, it says you're fucking gay and people will fuck you and shit." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, I don't want that." I was like, okay, I got you. And he's like, yeah. So I just like, my boxers are wet all day because they're just drying all the time. I was like, I never thought about that. You don't realize you have wet underwear all the time if you're straight in prison.
Yeah, because I found that out through somebody else, that you need to wear them, and if you like, it's like, look, if you want to, fine, do it, but that's the signal.
Yeah, and then I tried to like look under the, because he always talked to me about his dick all the time, how big it was, and right? He's always talking about it. I said to him, I'll go up to him like, all right, buddy, we got to do, because he was, he's a dreamer, he has big dreams. He wanted to like say fuck you to his mom and not his mom, to his dad and his brother, and people don't believe in him. Even though his brother's a sweet guy, he would really do anything and what we wanted him to do, and he a rare talent of being able to internalize any line we can give. I would say like, try saying my chicken's anus has got AIDS, and he's like, you want me to say that? And I was like, yeah, just try bringing it up. It's important because this character doesn't know where you're coming from, and if you say something like that, you're gonna be weird. And he's like, all right. And I'll be like, just try it right now. He goes, oh man, a chicken's anus has AIDS. It's like, what? How do you like? He can just, Ronnie, the co-editor, he was just amazed every time. Actually, Ronnie met Buddy 12 hours before he got arrested. And Buddy promised me, he goes, I will not get arrested, and I'm going to finish this movie. And the next day, after the last ADR that we did, that voice, that story he tells in the credits, he got bagged that next day. And he was like, I made it though. That's what he said to me when he called me for the first time from Rikers. He's like, I did it, didn't I? And I was like, you did it, buddy. And we're going to try to do, he actually, like, I showed up at his arraignment and they said, oh, you're the filmmaker. And I was like, I looked like shit. I was like, I don't know, I just didn't look good. I have good days and I have bad days, and I had a bad day. And I showed up, and the woman, the court-appointed lawyer, was like, "You're the director that he was telling me about?" She's like, "Yeah, okay, let me ask you a question. Is this a real movie?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "Well, we all just assumed it was like a porn." I was like, why do you think? Because he told us how much he made. I was like, we paid him nicely. She's like, yeah. I was like, his mind is all messed up right now because he's arrested and under duress. He's under duress. And she said, okay, well, are you done filming? Because he said you guys weren't finished filming. And I realized that he told them that he needed to get out to keep filming. And I was like, no, he didn't finish. She's like, oh, well, I hope you're content with using Rikers Island as the backdrop. I was like, oh, we can make that work. We can make that work. Yeah. Actually, when I went to go visit him, I was on the bus ride off of Rikers Island, and this girl, I'm like on the bus ride in the back of the bus, and this girl like pulls a balloon out of her mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I'm like watching her in the corner of my eyes, because the one thing you should know about prison is MYOB. Just never pay attention to anything. Mind your own business, and you'll do fine. So and this is basically the bus people. You're visiting prison. You're looked at as a prisoner. So I said, I was on the phone with Sebastian, the producer of the movie, and I was like, some crazy shit's going on the bus right now. And he goes, why? I said, I don't know, this woman just pulled a balloon out of her mouth, and she was like ripping it apart, and there was a bunch of weed inside the balloon, and she was telling her friends, she's like, I couldn't get it up. When she went to go visit, she was gonna sneak drugs in. Actually, when I was in there, this guy right next to me, he was telling me how he sewed a do-rag into the seam of a pants, because you're not allowed to have do-rags. And he sewed it in. He's like, yo, I did it real good. I got this. I was like, why are you talking about this right now? We're about to go in. And yeah, he also was really, that guy was also really offended that when they searched him, the woman gave him a little cup. And he said something like ridiculous. He's like, if you want to feel, I'll let you get a feel, but don't pretend like you do. This is all business. Whatever. Anyway, that's Buddy Duress right now. It's a shame because he's an amazing actor, and he really outdid himself and brought the best out of Arielle, as did Caleb. And I think if he wasn't going to be doing some serious time, I'm pretty sure he could have gone on to do the acting roles that he wants to do. He'll get out. I told him I'm going to make a movie with him the second he gets out, called Two Stupid Criminals.
How did you meet everyone that you collaborated with on this project? What was the beginning of it?
Met him when he was born. No, I'm joking. I'm not a dick like that. I met Arielle. We were doing a film in the Diamond District, like a thriller, much bigger budget movie. Uncut Gems, yeah. Exactly. With trying to do the whole Hollywood dance thing, and went from producer to producer, and I don't know, was doing some very heavy research. Basically, was working in the Diamond District, and one day at the end of the workday, I was with Sebastian and saw this girl come into the subway, and said to Sebastian, there goes the most beautiful girl in the world, and he said, go and talk to her. And I was like, I don't know. It's a very romantic gesture to ask someone to be in a movie, to ask her to be in the movie. And I mustered up the courage, and I said, hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sure you're really busy. I think you're great looking. I think you'd be great in this movie we're doing in the Diamond District. She's like, oh, I've always thought about acting, and then was also kind of skeptical. And my attraction to her as a human was completely different from who she actually was as a person. Well, that's not entirely true because she is that person.
But it didn't have anything to do with
street life
drugs,
or dope.
yeah.
But then when I met up with her later that next week, I show up and she's, dressed like a street urchin, my kind of chick. And maybe she's a junkie. So be it. I don't pass judgment. Got addicts around me in my life sometimes, and I learned a lot about her in that first dinner. She admitted to me she was homeless, and that she was working as an apprentice in the Diamond District, and that's why she was dressed nicely. And I actually learned that she would keep her bag of stuff in her pickle bag, her duffel bag, in a bush in Chinatown, and that's because she couldn't go to work with her big bag. Which I thought was so interesting, to leave stuff in a closet in a park. And actually the real Ilya, one time I met up with him, he's like, yo, come with me to Central Park for a second. And we spent 45 minutes looking for a bag of his in this bush that he knew was somewhere. It was amazing. It was kind of raining out. And